Worst industrial disasters in history. 3,000 people died in their sleep in a single night. A toxic cloud turned an entire city into a death trap. This is the deadliest industrial disaster in human history, and it could have been prevented. Welcome back to Lantern History. Today we're counting down the worst industrial disasters ever recorded, catastrophes that killed over 100,000 people combined and changed workplace safety forever. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we dive deep into history's most important events. If this video teaches you something new, smash that like button. Let's start with Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, fire locked doors. 9 stories up, fire spreading fast. New York City, March 25th, 1911. Workers at the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory notice smoke. Within minutes, flames engulf the building. Hundreds of young women, mostly Italian and Jewish immigrants, rush to the exits. They pull on the doors. They pound on the doors. The doors won't open. Management had locked them. Why? To prevent workers from taking unauthorized breaks or stealing fabric scraps. Workers face an impossible choice: burn alive or jump 9 stories to the pavement below. 146 workers die. Bodies hit the sidewalk in front of horrified crowds. Firefighter ladders only reach the 6th floor. The public fury is instant. Within months, New York passes 36 new safety laws. Building codes are rewritten. Fire escapes become mandatory. Labor unions gain massive support. This single disaster transforms American workplace safety from a suggestion into a legal requirement. Zevso disaster. An invisible killer floating over an Italian town. Zeviso, Italy. July 10th, 1976. A chemical reactor at the Icmesa plant explodes, releasing a cloud of dioxin, one of the most toxic substances on Earth. Unlike fires or explosions, this disaster kills slowly. Day 1, plants turn brown and die. Day 2, birds fall from the sky. Day 3, pets and farm animals start dying by the thousands. Then children develop chloroquine, severe chemical burns covering their skin. Pregnant women are told their babies might have birth defects. Thousands evacuate. The contaminated topsoil has to be scraped up and buried in sealed containers. Some areas remain toxic for decades. Death toll? Surprisingly low directly, but cancer rates spike for years afterward. The Seveso Directive becomes Europe's blueprint for chemical safety, requiring companies to identify hazards, inform communities, and create emergency response plans. One explosion, one regulation that protects millions. Courrieres mine disaster. 1,000 miners underground. One massive explosion. Northern France, March 10th, 1906. The Courriere coal mine employs over 1,000 workers on the morning shift. At 6:30 a.m., a coal dust explosion tears through the tunnels. The blast is so powerful, people feel it on the surface miles away. Toxic gases and fire spread through the underground passages. Rescue teams can barely enter. Miners trapped inside face suffocation, burns or cave-ins. Some survivors dig their own escape tunnels through solid rock. Rescuers find a group of 13 miners still alive after 20 days underground. Final death toll, 1,099 workers, Europe's deadliest mining disaster. France had almost no mining safety laws. Owners cared about coal production, not miner survival. Workers strike across France. The government is forced to act. Mining regulations are completely overhauled. Bhopal explosion. They'd done it 100 times before. This time the entire town exploded. Bhopal, Germany, September 21st, 1921. Workers at a chemical plant face a routine problem. Fertilizer has hardened into a solid block inside a storage silo. Their solution: use small explosives to break it up. Standard procedure, they've done it successfully many times. At 7:30 a.m., they set the charge. The explosion equals 2,000 tons of TNT. A crater 300 feet wide and 60 feet deep opens in the earth. The blast is heard 180 miles away. Windows shatter in neighboring cities. Over 500 people vaporized instantly. Thousands more injured. Hundreds of homes leveled. What changed? The chemical composition had altered over time, becoming far more unstable. Nobody tested it. Nobody knew. The lesson: chemicals don't stay the same. What's safe today might be a bomb tomorrow. Modern chemical handling protocols stem directly from this disaster. Aberfan disaster. A mountain of coal waste. A school full of children. A tragedy that took 3 minutes. Aberfan, Wales, October 21st, 1966. Above this mining village sits a massive slag heap. 111 feet of mining waste piled on a mountainside. Residents complain for years. It's dangerous, they say. After heavy rain, it could slide. The National Coal Board ignores them. 9:15 a.m. Children at Pantglass Junior School finish singing All Things Bright and Beautiful. They return to their classrooms. The slag heap, saturated by days of rain, liquefies. 2 million cubic feet of waste begins sliding down the mountain at 80 miles per hour. The black avalanche hits the school first. The building collapses instantly. 144 people die. 116 are children between ages 7 and 10. An entire generation of Aberfan's children wiped out in 3 minutes. The inquiry finds gross negligence. The coal board knew the danger. They ignored geological surveys. They dismissed community warnings. Britain completely rewrites mining waste regulations. Similar slag heaps across the country are removed or reinforced. But for Aberfan, the changes come too late. Benxi Hu colliery disaster. 1,500 miners underground. Then the exits were sealed shut with them inside. Manchuria, China, April 26, 1942. World War II is raging. Japan occupies Manchuria and forces Chinese laborers to work in coal mines under brutal conditions. The Benxi Hu mine has over 1,500 workers underground when a coal dust explosion rips through the tunnels. Miners rush toward the exits, but Japanese overseers make a horrifying decision: seal the mine entrances to contain the fire. Workers trapped underground face suffocation from toxic gases or burning to death. 1,549 miners die. The exact number may never be known. Record keeping is poor, and laborers are treated as expendable. This isn't just an industrial accident. It's what happens when workers have zero rights, when human life has zero value, when war turns people into disposable resources. No reforms follow, no accountability, just mass graves. Rana Plaza collapse. Cracks in the walls. Engineers say evacuate. Bosses say come to work or you're fired. Dhaka, Bangladesh, April 23, 2013. Workers at Rana Plaza notice something terrifying: large cracks spreading across the building's concrete walls. Engineers inspect the 8-story building. Their verdict: evacuate immediately. This structure is unsafe. Shops on the lower floors close, but garment factory owners on the upper floors issue an ultimatum: come to work tomorrow or lose your job. April 24th, 9 a.m. Thousands of workers return. Many are making clothes for brands you know, Western companies selling cheap fashion. The building collapses floor by floor, crushing workers between concrete slabs. 1,130 people die. 2,500 are injured. Rescue operations take weeks. Some survivors are trapped in pockets for days, pinned under rubble. Investigation reveals the building was illegally constructed with substandard materials. Upper floors were added without permits. It was a death trap from day one. Global outrage forces change. The Accord on Fire and Building Safety is created, finally holding international brands accountable for supplier factory conditions. Your cheap t-shirt has a cost. Rana Plaza showed the world what that cost is. Banqiao Dam failure. 1,000-year flood. 62 dams collapse like dominoes. 11 million people homeless overnight. Henan Province, China, August 1975. The Banqiao Dam is built to control flooding on the Ru River. Engineers call it indestructible, designed to withstand a once-in-1,000 years flood. Then Typhoon Nina stalls over the region. In 24 hours, a year's worth of rain falls. Rivers overflow. Reservoirs fill beyond capacity. The Banqiao Dam holds, then cracks, then explodes. A wall of water 30 feet high races downstream at 30 miles per hour. The surge destroys 62 more dams in a cascade of failures. Entire villages vanish in seconds. People sleeping in their homes are swept away. Survivors cling to trees and rooftops. Death toll estimates range from 26,000 to 240,000. The Chinese government keeps the real number secret for decades. 11 million people lose their homes. The outside world doesn't learn about this disaster until the 1990s. The lesson: never assume your engineering is perfect. Always plan for the impossible. And governments that hide disasters prevent the world from learning critical safety lessons. Chernobyl nuclear disaster. A safety test goes wrong. Reactor 4 explodes. An invisible poison spreads across Europe. Pripyat, Soviet Union, April 26, 1986. Technicians at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant conduct a routine safety test on Reactor 4. A series of operator errors triggers a catastrophic power surge. The reactor's 1,000-ton concrete and steel lid blows off like a bottle cap. The graphite core catches fire. For 10 days it burns, pumping radioactive material into the atmosphere, 400 times more radiation than Hiroshima. Firefighters arrive not knowing they're being exposed to lethal radiation. They extinguish the roof fires, absorbing doses that will kill them within weeks. 31 die immediately from acute radiation poisoning. But that's just the beginning. The radioactive plume spreads across Europe. An entire city, Pripyat, population 50,000, is permanently evacuated. A 1,000 square mile exclusion zone is created where humans still cannot safely live. Thousands more die from radiation-induced cancers over the following decades. Cleanup workers, called liquidators, suffer elevated cancer rates. Children develop thyroid cancer from drinking contaminated milk. Beyond the human cost, Chernobyl accelerates the Soviet Union's collapse. It exposes government incompetence, lies about the disaster's severity, and the failure of a system that valued secrecy over safety. Nuclear power plants worldwide overhaul their safety protocols. The ghost city of Pripyat stands as a permanent reminder. Some disasters echo through generations. Bhopal gas tragedy. December 2nd, 1984. Midnight. A toxic cloud flows through the streets like invisible death. This is the worst industrial disaster in human history. Bhopal, India. The Union Carbide pesticide plant sits in the middle of a densely populated area. Inside, massive tanks store methyl isocyanate, MIC, an extremely toxic chemical. Shortly after midnight, water enters tank 610. It triggers a violent chemical reaction. Temperature spikes. Pressure builds to dangerous levels. A safety valve ruptures. 40 tons of toxic gas explodes into the night air. MIC is heavier than air. It flows through streets like fog, seeping into homes where families sleep. People wake up choking, eyes burning, lungs on fire. Many die in their beds. Others flee into the streets, gasping for air that isn't there. By dawn, the streets are lined with bodies. Initial death toll, 3,000. Within weeks, 8,000. Over years, as exposure-related diseases kill survivors, 16,000 or more. Over 500,000 people exposed. Survivors suffer permanent blindness, respiratory failure, neurological damage. Birth defects appear in children for years afterward. What made this preventable disaster so catastrophic? Safety systems that didn't work. A refrigeration unit that should have kept the MIC stable, shut off to save money. Warning sirens, turned off to avoid disturbing the neighborhood. Understaffing. Cost-cutting at every level. Union Carbide's CEO is charged with manslaughter but never extradited from the United States. Victim compensation averages $500 per person. The plant site remains contaminated today. The company never fully cleaned it up. Bhopal becomes the symbol of corporate negligence. Proof that when companies prioritize profit over safety, especially in developing nations with weaker regulations, the human cost is measured in tens of thousands of lives. It leads to stricter chemical safety regulations worldwide and raises questions that remain unanswered. Should companies be allowed to operate dangerous facilities in countries with minimal oversight? Who holds corporations accountable when disaster strikes? 10 disasters. Over 100,000 deaths combined. Hundreds of thousands more injured or displaced. Triangle shirtwaist, locked doors, and 146 workers who couldn't escape. Seveso, a toxic cloud that poisoned an Italian town for decades. Courrières, 1,099 miners buried in French coal tunnels. Opau, an explosion that erased a German town. Aberfan, 116 children crushed by a mountain of mining waste. Bengtsihu, 1,549 workers sealed inside a burning mine. Rana Plaza, a factory collapse that exposed fast fashion's deadly cost. Banqiao, 62 dams collapsing and up to 240,000 lives lost. Chernobyl, a nuclear catastrophe that poisoned an entire region. Bhopal, 16,000 dead from a single night of toxic gas. Here's what connects them all. Every single disaster was preventable. Locked doors, ignored warnings, cost-cutting on safety equipment, prioritizing production over protection, dismissing worker concerns, operating without proper oversight. But here's the crucial part. Each tragedy led to change. Triangle Shirtwaist gave us workplace safety laws. Seveso created Europe's chemical regulations. Aberfan reformed mining waste management. Rana Plaza finally held brands accountable for supplier conditions. Chernobyl revolutionized nuclear safety worldwide. These disasters proved something vital. Worker safety cannot be optional. Corporate profits cannot come at the cost of human lives. And when companies fail to protect people, governments must force them to. Today, workplaces in developed nations are safer than ever, not because corporations became ethical, but because these disasters made negligence too expensive and too public to ignore. But here's my question for you. Are we really safer? Or have dangerous conditions just moved to countries with weaker regulations? The Rana Plaza collapse happened in 2013, not 1913. Are corporations still choosing profit over safety when they think no one's watching? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you learned something from this deep dive into history's worst industrial disasters, hit that like button and subscribe to Lantern History for more videos exploring the events that changed our world. Click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Check out these other videos on workplace safety history and corporate accountability. Thanks for watching, and remember, those who forget history are doomed to repeat it.